name is Geoffrey Mayama, the Acting County Commissioner, Kakamega County, and I want to thank you very much for addressing this occasion. Today we have been visited by the multi-sectoral working group on the attainment of not more than two-thirds gender, and we are assembled here at various groupings from the county of Kakamega, representing civil society, PWDs, the political groupings. We also have other players, stakeholders that form public participation that we have undertaken today in order to allow this multi-sectoral committee to come up with policies that will guide our future as we endeavor to entrench what is within our constitution in our public life. Thank you very much.
Anything?
Why now is because it's a process. We are trying to achieve the threshold that is required by the constitution.
Good afternoon. My name is Ruth Makuth, a member of this multi-sectoral working group on the implementation of the two-thirds gender principle. The why now question is that it is one of the provisions under Article 27(8) of the Constitution, and it is the only provision in the Constitution that is yet to be implemented, and that is why the time is right for us to look at it and implement that particular provision. Thank you.
I think as it has been correctly been said by the county commissioner, and one of the members, we are here to receive ideas and contribution from Kakamega County on the view of two-thirds gender rule. We all know as a country that our parliament, at one particular time, there was even a suggestion that the parliament should actually be dissolved because of lack of compliance with the two-thirds gender principle. And in the wisdom of the Cabinet Secretary for Gender, she appointed a multi-sectoral working group to work on this matter so that we address this matter that is important to our country. And the reason why the time is important now is because we are 15 years post the election, the promulgation of the Constitution, almost 15 years, and that has not been implemented. And we still have parliaments and institutions that are not compliant. And a population is made of men and women. And therefore, when we look at governance and elections and matters to do with leadership, then it should be as inclusive as it looks like on the ground, which is a combination of men and women. And that's why everybody is called to come on board, because gender is not about women. Gender is about all of us, both male and female, and that is what the Constitution expects. So we're also appealing to men that they support the agenda of this multi-sectoral working group by giving their views, because gender is not about women, it's about both men and women. Proposals we have received, even from Kakamega County, that when a governor is a female, the population expects that the opposite should be true. When a governor is a male, then the deputy should be a female. In some institutions, that is implemented in appointive positions. But in elective position, that's why we are coming together. The end result of this process is a bill to be taken to Parliament for purposes of implementing. And such proposals that have been made about male and female in terms of leadership, then the proposals that we are expected to carry. Goodwill. We think at this particular time we have a lot of political goodwill, both at the National Assembly and at the Executive, and every institution is now aligned to thinking this is an important matter. And with the political goodwill at the executive level and also at parliamentary level, we think the time is right.
Sarah Mohoya, I'm a member of this task force on the implementation or realization of the not more than two-thirds gender principle, which is basically anchored or mainly on Article 27.8 and other provisions, of course, of the Constitution, but that is the mother of the, or the bedrock of the provision. And as my colleague Anne has said, basically to say that this is one of the provisions that has been largely unimplemented. As we know, we had a schedule. The Constitution of Kenya 2010 provides a schedule by which every provision should have been enacted in full. But Article 28 is one of those that has sort of eluded the country. To respond to your question on where else this multi-sectoral public participation is happening, is to say that for today, we had at least 5 groups that were going around the country. We had a team in Machakos, we had a team in Madera, we have a team in Kakamega here, we have a team in Ebu, we have a team in Nakuru. Last week, we were in Kajiado, where we held the inaugural public participation meeting. We then proceeded to Mombasa, Garissa, Kisumu, Uasin Gishu, and Nyeri. So pretty much, we've covered the country. But of course, because of the a lot of constraints, we could not go to every county. So we took the clustering of counties to ensure that all members of the Republic of Kenya, whether they are in Kenya or domiciled elsewhere, they've had an opportunity to give their views, either in person or through the stakeholder fora or through email and other aspects of communication. And of course, the media has played a very key role, for which we want to thank you, because you have been able to help us tell the country where we are going next, what has been said, and so on. In terms of some of the issues and proposals that have come out, of course, our team is also supported by a very able technical team of experts drawn from across the various ministries and various expertise. And so they are collating the views. So all I can say for now is, yes, indeed, we've received a wide variety of recommendations and proposals, ranging from a 50-50 representation to doubling the women rep seats, to ensuring that people are not nominated more than twice or thrice, and so on and so forth. So we have a wide range of recommendations, but I can say that for now, by and large, the country is well seized with the need to implement the Constitution, and especially the not more than two-thirds gender principle. We have not had anywhere in the country where Kenyans have said, do not implement. All they have said is, these are our proposals, these are the mechanisms, and so what we're going to do after this is to collate them. You working with our technical team, collate the proposals that have come, and then we will have a report that will then be submitted by the multi-sector working group to the appointing authority, and then after that, the minister, the cabinet secretary, will proceed to the next level, which is to support development of a bill, a relevant bill. And honestly, we do think that this is the right moment. Most of us will remember that in addition to the former Chief Justice, Justice Maraga, authorizing, advising the then president to dissolve the 12th parliament, we've had a number of counties that have had major decisions stopped, either by the court or majorly by the court. So especially that has happened in Uasin Gishu and in Adi County. So this is a good moment because the country is realizing the intensity and the need to have both genders represented in all leadership. And what that particular provision in Article 27 says is that the state shall take legislative and other measures. So the proposals that have come
range from administrative to constitutional to policy, all manner of and programs and so on. And so I would say that we will collect that and then we will provide a report. This multi-sector working group has until, I believe, January, February, by which time we will then have compiled our report for submission, as I've said, to the appointing authority. We'll of course allow my other colleagues to chime in, but as I said, what we are doing here is to collect views. So yes, indeed, we will acknowledge the proposals that have come from the public that cultural barriers do exist, they are real. Maybe they might be more intense in some counties than others, but they are real. And as I have said, what the provision of the Constitution is that the state will take measures. They could be legislative, they could be programmatic, they could be administrative. Measures will range from all manner of mechanisms, as long as they are addressing the issues. So indeed, we have heard from across the country, cultural barriers are a reality in our country. But allow me to allow
just briefly to comment on the issue of culture. Of course, we have had it here and in other places. And on the floor today, we even had someone commenting about the need to integrate the issue of the two-thirds into our education system. That already is a measure that will address some of those cultural beliefs and norms, because our children, as they go into school, education is also a socialization tool. So we believe that those are some of the other measures that the state shall be taking to address these issues, so that it's ingrained into the socialization process, so that in future we don't have to use the law to enforce some of these things, but it's naturalized amongst our citizens. Thank you. Highlighted before, the multi-sectoral working group's composition actually meets the two-thirds threshold. Unfortunately, the male members who were in our team, for various reasons, were not able to come. Very valid reasons, but that has been taken care of, and so this is not representative of the composition of the working group. But the other teams that are in other counties have actually male colleagues in them.
The teams that have doing what we're doing in Kakamega. So indeed, even though the male members of the multi-sectoral working group, or even the members from the technical working group, did not participate in the Kakamega public participation, there are very many others, as I've said, in Ebu, in Machakos, in another 5 other regions, and I am confident they have male. We do have about 10 men in the group, in the multi-sectoral working group.